Okay, I am reviewing I'm reviewing a Roku 3. I'm upgrading from the original Roku to the Roku 3. Now my original Roku is hooked up to my plasma TV right now via the old cables where it had 5 cables. They called it composite video. You had the 3 different cables for video and then 2 for audio. This one will hook up using HDMI. And I recently hooked up a Chromecast unit to my TV. I only have one HDMI input. And I hooked up a Chromecast, and I don't really like that unit. I mean, for my use case, it's not the way to go. I don't like having to control everything with the iPad or with the iPhone or a computer. I like to just have a regular basic remote control. When I come into the living room, I want to get away from the computers actually. And so, by the way, here's a look in the box about what comes in the box. Apologize for the lighting here. There's not much light in this living room. But it's just a small little Roku unit and a remote control that is a Wi-Fi remote control, which is kind of different. There are a lot of reviews on this unit out on the web. So I'm not going to do a detailed review of the unit. I'm just going to do a real-world setup here and first impressions once I get this thing hooked up. So we're going to pause this here, and I'm going to hook it up, and then I'm going to let you know right out of the box what I think about it. Okay, so I just hooked up the Roku, and it just went through a quick little setup thing. It updated the software very quick. I mean, literally quicker than I could get this mic. My mic's turned on and the camera fired up. And it looks like it's already ready to go. I do have this connected with a Cat 5 cable, and one thing to keep in mind, you are going to have to get a HDMI cable. It doesn't come with one. Okay, so now to activate, I have to go to the computer and go to Roku.com/link and then enter a code. So I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so I've activated my account on the TV, and it is adding various channels and so forth, and I think it's even adding like Picasa web albums and things that I had on my other Roku. So evidently, since I logged into my Roku account, it's adding the things that I like. And I also selected like the Disney Channel and a couple of other things. I guess it's adding all those, it's updating all that. It's all going very quick. My original Roku is like 5 years old, and so I'm thinking this is going to be quite an upgrade. And you can see to the left of the TV, let me point it out here, this is the original Roku, and this is the new one. You see how much smaller it is? So let's see what happens here. Setup is complete. Everything looks great. Now let's start streaming. All right, so pick up the remote here, and this is the remote, by the way. And I'm just going to say OK. And the remote, it goes through Wi-Fi, so you don't have to worry about it being pointed at the unit. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and go over to Amazon and see if it remembers me. Okay, start 30-day Amazon trial free, no thanks. So it looks like it does not remember me. Already a member sign in, so I guess I'm going to have to sign in. Get started on your Roku. Okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Continue. Email address. Okay, so I'm going to have to sign in. So I'm going to pause this and I'm going to sign in. Okay, so now I've signed in and I can go to my watch list. And very quick, so I'm going to go to Under the Dome. Just watch the last one. Very quick. Does seem like it's quicker than my original Roku. Saying HD and loaded very quick. Yeah, I think that it's definitely faster. Okay, so let me pause this. Now, this is why I really like using the Roku in my living room for watching TV as opposed to the Chromecast. And a lot of people have kind of jumped on me for making that determination. But I'm going to explain why. When I come to the living room, I'm coming here to watch things that I've already put in my queue, generally speaking, on either Amazon Prime or on Netflix. And all I want to do is come in here and sit down and watch the next show. And I don't want to browse the web. I don't want to, control the TV with my iPad or my iPhone. I want to just use a simple remote control that I can easily pause it if I get a phone call, or if I need to go do something, I can just pause it. I come back, I hit resume, it starts right where I left off. The Chromecast, depending on how long you leave, you come back, you might have to start over from scratch. And sometimes you have to wake it up twice. I mean, it's kludgy to use it. And in everyday use in the living room, I don't want to go through all that. I just want to have something that I can easily watch what I want to watch in good quality and have it be fast. And this Roku, this does seem like a significant upgrade, this Roku 3 over my original Roku, as far as everything seems to load fast and seems to work great. I'll put comments in the YouTube channel if it turns out that it does not. But so far, I am really impressed with the responsiveness of this thing and how well this works. Let me just go ahead and go back to the home button here and take a look at Netflix, for example. And I'll go to Netflix. And I might have to sign in to Netflix. Yeah, I've got to sign in. So I'm not gonna do this right now, but again, I'll make a comment in the comments if I see any issue at all, but so far everything seems to be very fast and seems to be working great. Okay, now I am signed in, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick something here and just play it. I'm going to try to pick something that's definitely in HD. Fierce People, 2005, yeah, HD, okay. Try that. Resume playing, here we go. Very quick, loading it very quickly. Okay, so let me try something else. Let's go to Breaking Bad. Seems it's in Super HD it claims, so let's see what this does. Loaded very quickly. So it seems very quick, very responsive, definitely quicker than my original Roku, and you wouldn't want it any quicker than this. I mean, this is just like switching channels on TV. Very, very fast. So let me go back up here and see Hemlock Grove.
The eyes inward toward the monster.
Very quick.
Heart. Destroy the dragon before its fire burns you alive.
And very high quality, very sharp. I can say nothing bad about the new Roku 3. Lock and load, get it for your living room. You will absolutely love it. Oh, one thing I want to check on is if I can get to YouTube. You see here, because I know I had a, whoops, I'm sorry. I know I had an aftermarket YouTube player before. Here it is. Let me see if this works, because this is not, I don't think this is an actual YouTube, an actual Roku sanctioned thing. I think this is an aftermarket thing. So let me just go to maybe I'm not logged in. Settings, here we go. Select username, okay. Okay, so I'm going to have to do this. Let me pause the recording. Okay, all I had to do was enter my YouTube username. In this case, it was Area Cable. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go to, let me go to my playlists. There's the Tesla playlist. Product reviews. Okay, let me try that one. HD. Wow, loaded
Hi, this is
immediately.
Dave Serio from the radio program You Ought to Know. I'm standing in front of the Tesla S. This is a Paramount car.
Yeah, that loaded immediately. I mean, this is amazingly fast. This is taking full advantage of my fast internet connection. My other machine, the original Roku, definitely was the choke point. It was slowing things down. This is absolutely lightning fast. Well, Roku 3, do not pass go, get one. And the Chromecast, pass on that unless you absolutely want to be sitting around your living room and controlling your TV with your iPad or your iPhone and throwing things up from YouTube. Maybe you're having a YouTube party where you want to have multiple people throwing things up and talking about them and discussing them. It's a great use case for the Chromecast. But for normal living room use, most people, I think the Roku is going to be the way to go. If you have multiple HDMI inputs, which unfortunately I don't, then definitely hook them both up. Hook the Chromecast up to one of the HDMI ends and hook the Roku up to the other. And if you have an Apple TV and you have 3 inputs, put it on the 3rd one. Good to go with streaming content on your TV. Roku 3.